Hello, and welcome to Group 88's implementation of the College Scheduler app. My name is Chris Porch, and today I'll be walking you through some of the capabilities of our app itself. So when you initially start to run the app, it will open on your Android device. And once it does, you'll see our splash screen for a couple seconds just to remind you about that Georgia Tech pride and to be happy about the school we go to. Here is our homepage. From this homepage, you can navigate to any of the other sections of the app easily and efficiently with just the click of a button. First, we'll check out our classes section. By going to our classes section, you can see all of our different classes that you store right here. In these classes, by clicking the button down in the bottom right, you can add all of this information that you need to, including class name, professor, class section, building, room number, time, and class dates. Once all of these have been added, you can save it, and it will create a brand new class object like the ones that are shown right here. By swiping to the left on these, we can edit these objects that already exist. So right here, we can see all of the information that I've already put in about my CS2340 class with Dr. Pedro, and I can save it to my data. I can also edit it itself and change the values that are inside it. And as you can see, this edit requires a confirmation to make sure that it actually goes through. Alternatively, I can swipe right. And by swiping right, this will delete the class itself, but it also requires a confirmation. If I click no, the class will pop right back up to where it was. However, if I click yes, then I will be deleting this class, and I will no longer be able to see it on my list of class views. By clicking the home button in the bottom left, we can go back to our home page and view the other sections of our app. In the top right, we have our View Assignments section. Here we can see all the different assignments that we have active and that we are currently working on. To create a new assignment, once again, you can hit the plus button in the bottom right corner and fill out any new information. So I'm going to implement a brand new object called Homework 5, and we are just going to give it a date and a class name to go with it. And this brand new object has just been created at the top of our list. So here you can see all the active assignments, the due dates that they have, and all the information about them. For any active assignment, you can see the title of the assignment itself, the due date, and the associated class that it goes with. Similarly to the class objects, by swiping left, you can edit the assignment and change anything that you'd like to about it. In the same way, you can swipe right, and this will also delete the task after a confirmation, removing it from your list of active assignments. Our active assignments can also be sorted by 3 different methods. First, by course. If we sort by course, you'll see that these all rearrange themselves so that they are right next to the other courses that are along with it. We have 2 of our CS2340 assignments right next to each other, and the rest of our classes that are only solo, we have those down at the bottom. If we sort by due date, instead, we'll see the assignments that are due most recently, and the ones that we probably need to take care of first in order to prioritize. Next is our Completed tab. By clicking this checkbox here on the left of any assignment, we can mark this assignment as complete, and you will see it complete notified by this little yellow box that is marked down. When we hit the Completed tab and sort by if the assignment is completed or not, any of our active assignments that were completed and we already have done will be removed from our list. So we don't even have to worry about them anymore. They're completed, and we can focus on the other ones that we now want to worry about. By simply clicking home, we can go back to our home page and move on to our next section of our app. In our View Exams, we can see our Exams tab, which should look relatively similar to the Assignments tab, except it has some new variables. For all of our exams, we have a name, a date, a time, a class, and a location. All this information needs to be supplied in when you click the floating action button down in the bottom right. We can add a new exam for any class that we'd like to, with the name being the first thing and the class being the second. So we're going to have Test 2 here, with our class being Math 2550. Our exam date is going to be in March this time. We can set our exam time as well, and our location of our exam to any of the buildings on campus. And by clicking Save, you can see that we've now created a new exam object. Once again, by left-clicking on these, we can mark these exams as completed and mark this off of the checklist. This is an exam that we've already had or we've already studied for, however you'd like to implement this app yourself. By swiping to the left, we can edit the exam that we have there and change any information about it that we'd like to. By swiping to the right, we can also delete this exam after confirmation, of course, causing it to go away. If we hit no, the exam will come right back, and we will have all of these active exams still right there and easily for us to see and move through. Going back home, we'll move on to the final section of our app, which is our to-do list. In our to-do list, we can create different to-do activities that don't necessarily have to be focused around a class. This can simply be some sort of task that you might like to do, for example, finishing a review packet. So I'm going to write finish review packets CS 2110. And I can put my due date in on there as well for the date that I would like to have this packet done. Now this class here, even though I put in CS 2110, is not directly associated with my CS 2110 class, so you can delete this and there will not be any problems whatsoever. Once again, if we swipe left, we can edit, and by swiping right, we can delete only after a confirmation. You'll notice our sort algorithms are also in the right. Your to-do list can be sorted by two different things. First is by due date. By clicking this, you'll notice our assignments have rearranged themselves so that we can see the closest assignments that are coming up first, and the farthest ones are farther down on the list. By hitting the Completed tab, once again, we will mark any assignments that we have completed as done, and they will be removed from our to-do list so that we can only focus on our active assignments. And from here, that covers all of the information that we have on the app. But don't worry, we have much more than just this, because you see, all of our data is stored in the SQLite database. So, once you close the app, the data that you've put in, all the information about your classes, assignments, exams, it's not all just wasted. It comes right back to us. When the app opens up again, we can see all the edits that we just made have stayed, and all the classes that we have in there, all the assignments that we have, are right there and ready for us to look at again, manage, and edit.